Hey, what is up, peoples of the YouTubeverse? I am back again, and today I thought it'd be fun to talk about a little thing called the vivariums. I have a few of those. I've been talking about them some, and on the last video I done did, a lot of y'all seem to like my gecko, so we're gonna go over. She is just chilling, so I'm able to just poke around and show you guys some things. We're going to go by what bugs I use as far as cleaner insects and stuff, and what things are in there based on the way I treated stuff, and the plants I like to use and plants you can use as well when it comes to these guys, and why it's a little bit more difficult with leopard geckos than other species of reptiles, why a vivarium can be tricky, and I'll tell you why I decided to do a vivarium for my leopard gecko as compared to vivariums with what I consider easier vivariums, like with tropical creatures such as my Cuban false chameleon and my frogs. But anywho, spent a minute of just talking. Probably done seeing this mug right here. So let's get on with the animal stuff right here. Alright, so I'm going to start just by opening things up and kind of giving you guys an idea how stuff is. She is right there kind of saying hi. Hello, lady. We're doing a little home show off for you. We're letting everyone see what you got in here. So lady, she's a funny little one. She has trouble with her toe sheds. So what I do for her is I done a vivarium. Now in this vivarium, there are different bugs. There are, as you can see right here, a couple of beetles kind of crawling around. Those are beetles that mealworms turn into. So they were once mealworms. I did drop her some mealworms, and she decided she didn't want to eat them, and they turned to beetles, and more mealworms wound up getting born. So I do have a bit of a mealworm colony in here as extra supplemental feed. Now, I am sorry for the mess right there. That is lizard poop. And I'm showing you guys this right here because that is white urate. So that stuff on the poop, you'll see this with birds and stuff too. If it's fresh and white on the top, that means they're hydrated and healthy. Again, sorry for showing you poop, but this is educational right here because a lot of people ask me, how do I know if my lizard's drinking? This is true for all reptiles and birds and stuff like that. If they're dehydrated, that little white stuff is going to be orange, brown, kind of yellowish of a color. So if you see anything but white, they are not hydrated. These are bamboo plants, just lucky bamboo. I like lucky bamboo because the actual shoots, so this thing right in here kind of a deal, these shoots don't actually really grow very much. What does grow is the leaves. And as you can see, they go up and around. They're easy to trim. And if they get too bad, I just kind of clip them off and I toss them down there for the cleaner bugs. Now, for those cleaner bugs, I don't know if they're really out and about right now, but let's see if we can get something kind of shown. Nah, lots of dirt and stuff coming around. All right, sorry guys. Bad viewage, bad viewage. Ugh. Yeah, I am totally good at this thing. Okay. Let's see if we can find any of those isopods. Ah! So I'm going to kind of do a little skim and scan. Alright, so I don't know if you all saw that. I have her kind of against the wall. But what I can do here in a second, I'm not going to end this video without getting some of them out and running. And I know just the trick to do so. Give me 1 second on that. Alright, now like I said, trick with that. So this is water, not from the sink, just regular water. I'm not a sponsor for Harris Teeter, but I buy water from them. So what we do here, you pour a little bit. I like to do this right here, kind of let the water overflow a bit. And then in a second here, what you'll probably wind up seeing, yep, there they go already. You can kind of see some little baby isopods and things like that. Ah, get out of the way, plant. These guys. Sorry, let's get the poop out the picture. All right. And that right there, you're looking at like a cantaloupe rind. It's face down, so just in case lady doesn't accidentally start eating anything. But you can see those little guys there, little powdered oranges. There they are, isopods, roly-polies. They got a bunch of different names. And if you look really, 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 really closely at the dirt, you'll see these teeny tiny little white bugs. I'm gonna hold it there for a second. I can kind of see them. But those teeny tiny little white bugs right there are called springtails. They are super duper helpful as well. Between the two of them, they eat up all the shed, and they eat up all the poops, and I give them scraps to keep them healthy and happy. You do also, with springtails and isopods, every about 6 to 8 months or so, try and introduce some new ones. Keep the everything as far as like the genetics nice and fresh. Hello, lady. We're going back to you. because they were doing their thing. So no more isopods, just you. And this is Lady. She is super sweet. Very nice little gecko. You can see some of the shows. She just had a shed recently, talking about her toes. See that? So what's going to happen is as she crawls through the dirt, the isopods and stuff will kind of pick at those toes and stuff. And I usually give her baths and stuff too. If you are going to bathe your leopard gecko, use very shallow water. They don't swim very well. So very shallow water. And make sure it's warm or room temp. Don't give them anything freezing. Give them anything too hot, because you can burn or chill your lizard essentially to an early grave, which you do not want to do. And now that we got this water over, let me show you again right here. Those isopods are crawling all over the place. They're also called water bugs. I've heard people call them that because they react very well to moisture. These things are amazing. They eat wood and everything too. I can go on and on about isopods and stuff, but we're talking about vivariums today. Vivariums. Vivariums. That's a proper way to say a proper word now, isn't it? But this is essentially what it is with her vivarium, her setup, her things. Now, why it's harder to do this with creatures like leopard geckos and I would say bearded dragons, anything that comes from a more arid environment, is you do not want to increase that humidity too much. High humidity in animals that don't like it or are not used to it can cause respiratory problems and infections on the scales or skin, depending on what the creature is. So always do your just due diligence of research and make sure that you're providing what the creature needs, because we are very quick and it's very easy for us as people to humanize the animal. And that's to a very small degree fine. If you want to make friends with them, you do have to kind of find a middle ground, but they have needs different than us. So you always do your research no matter the creature. So with this case, this is vivariums for specifically how I've done it for my leopard gecko here, Lady. This is a 40-gallon tank. As you can see, the plants, the water, and if you didn't notice, there are some random spiders that'll sneak in here. That's why these random webs. I am about to clean those up, which is why this is also open and why I decided to do this off the spur of the moment. Pretty much this channel is all about spur of the moment videos. I get this idea and I'm like, okay, we got to educate. So anyway, guys, if you stuck around this long, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know I've been wasting away y'all's minutes and stuff. Hopefully this information helps you. If you need any more questions answered, please ask in the comments. I'm looking at them, I'm responding to them. And for all the ones that are worthwhile of answering questions for, or ones that are kind and, you know, just, hey, I like your animals, that's nice, I like that kind of stuff. If you're gonna be rude, crude, or stupid, I ain't gonna give you any time of the day, man. So just, you'll just be moved along. Anyway, but comments are nice. Thank you so much for those who have been commenting. Love that the views on the videos be going up. And Lady's just staring at this camera here. She's wanting to be picked up. So I'm gonna go ahead. I need 2 hands to take care of these things. I'm gonna take care of the animal, and I'll see you guys here soon. Peace out.